Peace, everybody. We're back. This is going to be story time with JWhit. So you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. I want to address a common rebuttal that I get from the Candace Owens supporting crowd that I really don't think they've thought about fully, and dare I say robustly. And it is the common phrase or rebuttal: you haven't watched the series, so therefore blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. I'm an 80s baby. Okay, I was born in the 70s, technically. I became a wee lad in the 80s. And I was enamored with Transformers, Generation 1, shout out. And back then I probably would have been an expert at Transformers. The little more than meets the eye, cars become robots, jets, and all this kind of stuff like that. And so let's say that I was so enamored with it, after college, I wrote a book about Generation 1 Transformers and how fantastic they were, how superior the story writing was, the comics and the crossovers, all that kind of stuff. That I wrote a book about these toys. And I did a 6-part series about the superiority of Transformers over other robot toys like Voltron and Robotech and all those other things from my childhood as well. So I did a 6-part series about them. And so I did my book, did very well, sold well. I did my 6-part podcast series about it, did very well, well received, so on and so forth. And I get invited to Comic Cons. And I go to Comic Cons and I talk about, I bet you know, down in the chat, you probably already know what I talk about. That's right, Generation 1 Transformers. I talk about them all the time. So you come, having never read a book, never seen a podcast. You come to the Comic Con here in Atlanta, and I'm there. I'm talking about, you say, hey, I want to hear what this guy talks about, because I'm a Generation 1 Transformer fan as well. So I'm going to go and check out what this guy's talking about. And I'm on the stage and I say something that makes you go, what? I say that Optimus Prime was a battleship. Right, Generation 1 Optimus Prime was a battleship. You're saying, what? Okay, well, that's weird. And Megatron was a top hat. He transformed from a top hat into Megatron. You're like, what the heck? And you're like, that's not true. You have a problem with that. And I've made other errors about Generation 1 Transformers. And you say, wait, hold on. And then you go home and you look at your comic books and you look at your own toys, because you got a shrine of Generation 1 toys. You say, wait, Optimus Prime is an 18-wheeler. Megatron is a handgun. Sometimes a tank, but in Generation 1 is a handgun. And you're like, that's not right. And so you actually start critiquing and commenting that Jason is wrong about what he's saying about Optimus Prime being a battleship and Megatron being a top hat. That's crazy. That's not right. Let me ask you the question. Do you need to watch my 6-part series in order to say what I said on the stage was wrong? Do you need to read my book in order to determine that what I said on the stage was wrong? I think you probably know the answer is no. But let's just say, for laughs and giggles, you kind of do a little, you're like, man, this guy's wrong. He's wrong and in error. And he said other wrong things about Generation 1 Transformers. And he said that the planet that they came from is Mars. He knows it's not Mars. What is he talking about? Like, this guy is not saying things that are correct. And you're like, you know what? Let me just scour let me see if other people are commenting about his 6-part series, because I don't want to watch it now because I think the guy's off. And you find 2 and 3 and 5 people who watched it that also agree that he's saying that I am saying bad things or wrong things in my series. Do you still need to watch the series? Why do you need to watch the series if you now have heard me from my own mouth say things that are wrong? You've actually found other people who also have said it wrong. Why do you need to watch the series? What is the series going to do differently? I'm just wondering. So you could say, hey, my critique of Jason is coming directly from what he said on the stage. So watching the series is not even in play. Or my critique of Jason comes from watching him on the stage and from the 5-6 other people that are fans of Jason's that watched his series, and they came back saying, yeah, he's saying some things that are not right, some things that are off. So to the Candacites that for whatever reason feel like the only way that you can find reality is by watching her series, no, you don't have to. I don't have to. But guess what? I'm gonna be a fair dealer. I'm gonna be a fair dealer here today. I'm gonna throw out a proposition. If this video hits 5,000 likes, I'll do an online Candace Owens Becoming Brigitte watch party. We'll watch all the videos as a marathon. Now it's about 8.5 hours. So I'm willing to struggle through this for y'all. But because I also know if I tell y'all that I watched it and I watch it and I tell y'all I watched it, but y'all don't see me watch it, y'all gonna say I didn't watch it anyway, there's no way to win. So this is how I'm gonna do it. If this video hits 5,000 likes, 5,000 thumbs up, I will do a live stream. I already have it queued up and ready to go. Just let me know when I hit 5,000 likes on this video here. We will do a live stream and y'all can watch me watch the video and we can just be in the comment section together. Man, I'll even probably pull up my little side camera and we can watch it together and we can determine, is she right or is she wrong? It really, I mean, I don't think there's any other way to satisfy the complete and rabid insanity of these Candace defenders who will come up with some of the craziest defenses. The cope is strong. I don't know what Candace is putting in those cups that she sells on her merch store, but I guarantee you it's laced with cope because y'all are not willing to even entertain a contrary viewpoint. It's wild. I'm ready. What about you? Are you? Let's do it. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.